Susan G. Komen, the world's leading breast cancer organization, is holding the Central Texas More Than Pink Walk happening tomorrow. Jessica Mendoza and Sarah Payne are joining us now to share more on the big event. And good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Jessica, let's start with you. You are development coordinator at the Susan G. Komen Foundation. Talk about the More Than Pink Walk and why it's so important to not only raising awareness, but to our community here in San Antonio.
We have 1 in 8 women are getting diagnosed with breast cancer every, few minutes, and that's insane. Our Latina community is being impacted. 40% of the deaths that come out in the Latina community are breast cancer. African Americans are more prone to get diagnosed. So our mission is to save lives and kind of get those needs of the communities met, make sure that they are getting mammograms sooner and they have the access to all of these things.
And Sarah, you are on the Leadership Council with the Susan G. Komen Foundation. Talk about your passion for supporting this cause and once again, why it's so important to encourage our community here to support what's happening tomorrow.
Absolutely. Well, I'll tell you that the breast cancer community here in San Antonio definitely needs our support. We have the passion behind that because we are seeing these patients every single day. We see them in the grocery stores, we see them in our schools. And so our community here in San Antonio needs our support in a major way. Like Jessica said, we really want to focus also on that early diagnosis. So we're not seeing patients in late stages. We're seeing them earlier where they have a chance to be able to fight their battle with cancer.
And Sarah, I want to ask you as well, you think about the diagnosis like you just said, but it's an ongoing cost, driving to the hospital, if you're living out of town, there are a lot of extra costs that you don't really think about unless you're experiencing that, and why this is so important for our community to lend their support.
Absolutely, especially through the pandemic, we saw that. We saw the financial burden not only on all Americans, but especially those living with cancer. And so with the Susan G. Komen Foundation, they've raised $1 billion to be able to help support and research, and then $2 billion to help support these patients to go through their journey with them and help relieve some of that financial toxicity and financial burden that they go through.
Yes, so wonderful. Jessica, tell us about the walk happening tomorrow. How can we get involved?
So you can go to Komen.org and go ahead and register. It'll be tomorrow at Mays 7979 Wurzbach Road. We start our registration will open at 8. Walk will start at 9. Super excited. It's going to be a chance to celebrate our breast cancer survivors and metastatic survivors, kind of looking at just letting us all get together and just come together as a community, for breast cancer awareness. And
one last question, Jessica. We know it's going to be a great day tomorrow to get out, but what if people can't attend? How can they help?
They can still reach out to Komen.org. We have a helpline that's available for patients. They can always reach out to me, and we can definitely work through that.
All right. Thank you, ladies, so much for joining us today. I'm glad there's wonderful weather tomorrow to support such a wonderful cause. Thank you so much for joining us.